And welcome to the Skolo Online YouTube channel, the channel that is all about learning. You can visit our website on https://skolo.online. You will find more courses on what we teach right here on this YouTube channel and much more. Remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so that you'll be notified every time we have new content. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some of my top useful resources that I use in my web development journey. If you're watching this channel, you're most probably a web developer in one form or another. And I'm going to share with you some free resources. I'm going to share with you some resources that have paid plans. I'm going to share with you resources that I find useful in my web development journey. So we will be going through places where you can find images to use for your websites. We're going to go through places where you can find illustrations to use for your websites. But towards the end, we're actually going to come across some very interesting websites where you can even get content generated for your website that is really smart that I've been using in the last couple of weeks. So remember to stay tuned until the very end so that you don't miss out on anything, because I'm going to keep the very best for last. But also there are going to be video timestamps in the description below, so feel free to jump ahead to the section that is most useful to you if some of the resources that I'm mentioning you already are aware of. So the first one that I'm going to share with you is a place where I go generally to get illustrations for free, okay? And it is Undraw. And if you are a web developer, you should know this by now. But if you don't, thank you very much. Welcome to Undraw. Undraw is a place that has got illustrations that you can use for free. And they've got illustrations for just about anything that you're going to need in your website. And these illustrations are not complicated stuff. It's not complex things. It is very simple, showing you, for example, email capture designer, and you might look at it and think, oh, but maybe you need something fancy. But actually you don't when it comes to web development. I'm going to show you one of my recent projects. You see over there? So if you combine your illustrations very intelligently with other elements on a website, you're going to end up with a very nice popping result. So if you look at this design that I've done over here, of course, I've got other general, sort of web things, but this illustrations there and that illustration there and that illustration there, I got from Undraw, all right? So don't take for granted the stuff that you're getting from Undraw. If you position it very smartly with other things on a website, you're going to end up with a very nice looking, sort of popping front end. And then the next website that I want to show you is obviously one of the first places I went to when I started, and that's Pixabay, all right? Pixabay's got 2.4 million free images and illustrations. The problem with Pixabay that I found, why I moved away from it eventually when I started to develop more complex websites, is that half of the images are on half of the website because everybody uses it because it's free. So if you want to find something truly unique, you're not going to find it here. But it has a lot of amazing images that will suffice for 90% of the websites that you're going to build. And even for blogging, like if you are writing a blog and you want to just get a nice image to use on your blog, you can come and get it from Pixabay. If you're doing social media posts, all right, if you're doing social media posts, and let's say you want to post about your blog, and I use a lot of posts with laptops, all right, you can just come over here and search for laptops, and you find nice images like this. I use this a lot on my blogs, especially because then it doesn't matter if somebody has used it before, or on my social media posts, then it doesn't matter if someone has used it before, because it's just going to be rotating over and over. And then you find an image like this, and I haven't even logged in, right? And you can download this without even creating an account, without logging in. You get different sizes when you download this one. What I love about Pixabay as well is that you can, if you're doing something for social media, for example, you can download the smallest resolution, which is this one. But if you wanted to do something more complex, like you wanted to use this image in like a poster and you needed a higher resolution, then you can download the higher resolution. But I think to download this, you have to create an account. But creating an account is very, very easy. You can literally just log in with your Google, and that's all they ask for. And at the end, you just download the image for free. If you want, you can leave a tip for the person that uploaded the image on the site, but that is optional. You don't have to do that. And I've used this a lot. I'm sharing with you websites that I actually use as a professional developer, and I know a lot of professional developers within our company and other companies that actually still use these resources up to today. Okay, the next one that I'm going to share is similar to Pixabay. It's Unsplash. All right, Unsplash does, you get exactly pretty much the same stuff you get out of Unsplash, but I think Unsplash has got more variety of images than Pixabay. I generally use Pixabay more than Unsplash, but you can get everything you get out of Pixabay here. And sometimes I might be looking for a specific image, something that is in doing something specific, like images of Black people, for example. You don't find a lot of that on Pixabay, and then I would come over here and search for, stock images with Black people in it, and then you're gonna find images and then that you can use. And what I like also about Pixabay is that you don't have to announce that you used their free resource when you're using. You could just use it for personal or for commercial purposes. So it's just amazing if you can find a good image on Pixabay. That's normally where I start. But I'm not quite sure about Unsplash because I don't use it a lot. But I think it's got similar. But I can't be quoted on that. You would have to just double check and make sure for yourself that do you need to comment back that you got the image from Unsplash or not. Okay, you'd have to confirm that for yourself. The next website that I'm going to show you is not free, but if you're a serious web developer, you better be on this website. Okay, and if you've watched my channel a lot, I use this website a lot on my channel, and it is Undraw Elements. Okay, Undraw Elements is not free, and I'm not sharing with you an affiliate link either because they don't pay me to recommend this. I'm recommending to you websites that I actually use. Undraw Elements is just amazing. It is amazing because it has everything you are ever going to need in one place, right? And yes, it's not free. You pay something like $14 a month, but for the amount of price you're paying, right, you are getting a million times value for that $14 a month that you're getting. I mean, like, you can get everything here. Your invoice templates. You can get, like I've been doing a lot of these, trying to create this perspective, things for my website, and you can get a lot of the templates that you can use from there. And this is like professionally done templates by professionals across the world. Video templates, for example, like I've been sort of like hovering around this video template. I want to use it for one of my websites to display my website, product. I mean, if you hired a professional company to create something like this for you, you're gonna pay in South Africa maybe 10,000 rands upwards. Okay, if you're gonna hire a professional company to do this for you. And what I love about Undraw is that you download these templates, and all you need is, with the video templates, for example, you need to get some video editing software. So that's normally, I think, the problem with a lot of people. But that video editing software, if you pay for it once, like I'm on a Mac and I bought a video editing software for Mac, which can edit these videos. And trust me, I mean, for the, I think it's like 800 rands or so for that software. And then compared to 10 grand that I would pay a professional company to do this for me, it's just amazing. And video templates is just one of the things, but I think this is the most value that I get out of Undraw. I get a lot of, like I'll show you social media templates, right? Let's say you're looking for Instagram templates for my social media to look professional, because when you're running a professional company, you need stuff like this. I mean, look at these type of templates, right, that you're going to get from Undraw. Okay, this is a video one. Okay, so I shouldn't look for under video. I think I should look under graphic templates, and then I'm looking for Instagram, right? So you find like templates like this, for example. I mean, look at that. If you hire a social media company to do these things for you, they're going to charge you an arm and a leg, right? And I know this because we used to do that in the beginning. And then nowadays you get this. Actually, I'm going to download this. This is amazing. I'm going to download this. And all you have to do is to edit this image here, right? And obviously you're going to need some video editing, not some video editing software, but some editing software for this. This is a PSD file. So you can edit this if you're on Mac. You can actually edit this using You can edit this using Affinity. Affinity Designer is like $8.99. It's a once-off price, all right? It's a once-off price. You pay for it once. You don't need to pay for it again. And I bought it at half price when it was on special, right? And every time you move from it to a different Mac, it'll work. But it works on Windows as well. If you want to pay a little bit more, you can always download the traditional, what they call Adobe, the Adobe stack. Adobe is like flipping expensive. Adobe Creative Cloud, this is for professionals that charge for their services, and you pay for this, and you can get all of these ones. You can try it for free, but generally when you install this, it really it takes a lot of space on your computer. That's the first problem, and the second problem is that it's a nightmare to uninstall. I've had to get professionals to uninstall this stuff out of my computer. The last time I tried to get rid of it, it's expensive. It's a monthly fee. You have to pay for it every month. So it only makes sense really if you're making money from your development, of this stuff. If you're not making money for this and you're doing this for your own personal use, I would use something like Affinity Designer, because you're not creating this stuff from scratch. All right, you're just getting a template, and you want to put your own image over there so that it looks like, and you want to edit this text. All right, and this is better value than hiring a professional company to do it for you or going to Fiverr. So I'll show you another thing that I used to do at the beginning. Was I used to go to Fiverr for this kind of services, right? So if I want to get like an Instagram post, I would come here to Fiverr, and then I would search for it, and then you get people on Fiverr that are selling this kind of things. And I just want to show you over there. And these guys sell these posts here for you get one social media post, one for 79 rands. Okay, if you want 3, you pay 235 rands, and if you want 6, you pay 469. So if you want to post for the whole week, you would have to pay 6, and you'd have to pay 500 rands for this. And this person right here goes to Envato Elements and downloads this thing for free, and then they charge you 500 rand for editing it for you with unlimited edits. All right, so here's another great idea for making money right now. You go to Envato Elements, you pay 14 rand a month, $14 a month, which is about 200 rand, 300 rands a month. Okay, 250 a month, very reasonable. You pay that amount of money, then you come here and you download all of these things, everything. You download all of them. You pay 800 rands, and you download Affinity Designer, and you create a gig on Fiverr, and you charge people 500 rand every time you send them 6 posts. You charge them 500 rand. And this lady, she's got 2 orders on queue already, and she makes, I don't know, maybe if you get 2 or 3 clients a day for this, you're making 1,000 rands a day. You're gonna more than make back the money that you're using on Envato. You're gonna more than make back for this, and you're gonna actually make a nice gig. This is just a nice way to create a gig for yourself. But I don't do this. I don't have the time to create this for people. So I just generally use it for my own purposes within my own company. So Envato Elements, a gem. And I've shown you only photos. I've only shown you graphic templates and video templates. You can get music for your YouTube videos. In the background, I used to use this a lot, and this is great professional songs that you can just download and use for as long as your membership is active. You can keep using it. If your membership is no longer active, you can still use it if you downloaded it while your membership is active. You can't reuse something that you downloaded in the past. You get a lot of graphics. I use a lot of these graphics on my website as well. You get logo graphics. You can have 10 different gigs on Fiverr with stuff that you get from Envato Elements. You can do that. You can make tons of money from this as well. All right. And the next website I'm going to show you is one that I use myself on 2 sides as well. All right. So I'm going to close these because I'm going to show you my next website. And my next website is Medium. All right. Medium, you might think, oh, it's a blogging site. Why? Medium, honestly, I wasn't following it before when I started my development journey. I started following a lot of the Medium spaces when I started writing articles on Medium. I wish I had followed Medium when I started development, because Medium is a community of bloggers in a lot of fields. But when it comes to web development and a lot of technology fields, there are very good top quality writers on Medium that write really, really good content, like stuff that you can follow and learn a lot from, that I personally, as developed as I am, I also still learn a lot from it. The next two websites I'm going to show you is websites which I discovered from articles that I read on Medium, and I use these websites daily. And had I not been following Medium, I might never have discovered this, because I would not even have searched for this to know that I need to be using something like this. All right, the first one is Smart Mockups. All right, Smart Mockups is a website I discovered following an article on Medium. I think it was one of the articles that was just recommending great places for mockups for your site. And Smart Mockups is amazing. Smart Mockups is like, honestly, I don't know how I didn't discover this before, because I've searched for this kind of stuff and you don't find it until you come to a place like this. So what you can do Smart Mockups for example, if you are doing like an e-commerce website and you're selling t-shirts, right? And you're selling t-shirts and you want to show your design on a t-shirt, you can get the images, the standard images that are available on the platforms that are selling you the t-shirts, right? Which I've used t-shirt platforms on Shopify. And the problem with those kind of images is that everybody's using them, and then the images, they look very blah, and then your website doesn't stand out, and it doesn't look professional. So you come to Smart Mockups and you look for, like, I don't know, t-shirts, for examples. Where's t-shirts? Business cards, apparel, t-shirts. There you go. And you're going to find amazing pictures. Like, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. This is a black guy. You can find two different guys. You can find that. And these images are like, you get a lot of variety of types of images to work with. All right. You can get that. You can get that, and then you can, like, do your mockups on it and then use it on your website where you're selling the t-shirt, right? What I use a lot from Smart Mockups actually is this, right? Laptop mockups, right? This is just amazing. Like, if you were doing like a website design and you wanted to showcase it, or you wanted to showcase a web image on a laptop, what it looks like on a laptop, I use this a lot. Like, I'll show you this one. I'm gonna go and go to my website, right? I'm gonna go to my website. Right? And let's say I wanted to create a mock-up of this website, right? I would take a screenshot of the website like that, right? So I've taken a screenshot of it, right? Go to Smart Mockup, right? Pick a mockup that I want to work with. Let's say I want to use this mockup, right? And it will open up the mockup for me, right? And then just upload the image that I want to use on the mockup. All right, so I'm going to go to the desktop. All right, so let's go to the desktop, and this is the screenshot I took. All right, and there you go. And I've got now on my website on a laptop looking like that. Then I can use this image on a blog. I can use this image on social media. I can use this image on my website itself, advertising my website. But you can even do videos. You can do video mockups on this, so that you can demonstrate how to use your website on a video mockup, but make it a little bit more stylish using that. And I actually do use this for my actual website. So I'm showing you stuff that I personally use. All right. So this is amazing, and you can. So this Smart Mockups is not completely free. They do have a free version. So if you go back to where I was before, I'm going to leave there. You can search for free, let's say you're looking for MacBooks and photos isolated. All right, because I'm paying premium, so I'm seeing only the premium stuff. But this one, for example, is not premium. This one is free. So if you hadn't paid for Smart Mockups and you had a free account, you could use this design, because it's not a premium design. So if you're going through all of them, if you see a lock on it, it means that that's premium. You need to have a paid membership for it. And if it doesn't have a lock on it, like these ones over there, you can use all of these ones for free. So you get a lot of decent ones you can use for free before having to pay for it at all. So definitely I would recommend this for your website design, blogging, whatever, you're going to come across a place where you're going to need to use something like this. And I discovered this also off of Medium. And the last one that I want to share with you is also like quite amazing. And I think this one, that's why I kept the best for last. All right. The last two, which I personally discovered myself, I kept for last, and it's Peppertype. This one is a new platform, and it's got some glitches, so I think you must bear with it, because sometimes it gets a little bit slow, and I think it's basically because it's free. I think they recently launched on Product Hunt, and they were number 1 product of the week on Product Hunt, and then they were number 3 product of the month on Product Hunt. So guys on Product Hunt loved this, and it takes a lot to be number 1 on Product Hunt, trust me, because I do follow a lot of the products on Product Hunt. So this is a really good platform. So what you do here is, how you're always paying people for content production. And I actually have done this in the last couple of months, where I need somebody to write me a blog. I need somebody to write me, because it just takes so much effort to write these things that you just don't have the time. And you're always paying people for content. You can get this done using an AI for free on this website, right? So I'm going to show you. Let's say you come over here, and you can sign up for free. And then you can get I think they give you 10,000 words for free before you have to pay for it. So I'm going to log in, because I've got an account that I've already created, and I actually paid for it on the first day, and I didn't use up my words. I paid for it because I just thought this is a flipping amazing product. So when you log in, this is your dashboard. Okay, this is all the things you can get done on a Peppertype. The first one is, let's say you wanted to create a blog and you wanted blog ideas. There is tons of blog ideas websites out there. When you write a blog and you want to get engaging blogs, how do you know the right topics to sort of to position your blog? You might think you want to write about the top 5, I don't know, best things to do, I don't know, in Joburg, but how do you know that is the sort of the SEO best way to write that kind of topic in a way that people are going to find and search for it, what people are looking for, So this website really helps you restructure your words in a way that is going to be great for SEO, in a way that's going to make your topic stand out from the rest, in a way that has been proved in the past to be successful, because their AI looks at previous, how AI works. Artificial intelligence works on previous data, aggregating previous data and finding what works in the past, and then recommending you to do something similar for the future. So the topics they're going to recommend for you are topics that have been proven to be the most attractive topics and most attractive content in the past, right? So I'm going to go to blog ideas, and I'm going to start there and say, I want to write a blog. Let's say I want to write a blog about, travel. All right, I'm going to write a blog about places to see in South Africa during the December holidays break. Okay, something like that. Maybe let me put this. Places to see in South Africa during the December holidays break, all right? Let's say you want to create content, all right? What this does is that it's going to think about, okay, this is travel content, places to see. Then this is the ideas. It's going to tell you 13 places to visit in South Africa during the December holidays. This is not how I wrote it. I wrote it in a way that that came into my mind as I thought about it, right? But based on AI, the best topic that you want to write about, the way you want to structure that heading is like that. 12 new ice cream shops in Midrand, 12 things to do in the V&A waterfronts this Christmas, finding cool holiday destinations, places to visit. Can you see you've got 20 different blog ideas? And I've used a lot of blog generator websites, blog topic generator websites. This is the best I found. And this goes beyond just recommending a blog topic. You can even go deeper and actually get the blog written by the AI itself. I'll show you how. So let's say you decide, all right, let's say you decide you wanna do this. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this and say this is what I want to do, right? I'm gonna go back, and you can even say you want to do a blog outline, right? A blog outline will expand your blog, all right? So I'm gonna say travel again, like I did, right? And then I'm gonna paste what I had in there, what was recommended over there, and I'm going to create content so that this can outline the blog based on this topic, right? There you go. Right? Just like that, South Africa is one of the most diverse countries in the world. This is an outline, so you can expand on this and write more about South Africa. 13 places to visit in South Africa in December, 10 lesser known natural wonders, how to go to these places, suggested activity, conclusion. So this can outline your blog so that you can structure it. So you can start with writing about that, writing about the next one, writing about the next one, writing about the next one. And then once you've done that, once you've got your outline, you can even go back and say now you want to now expand. All right, okay, you can use a blog intro first, and then you do the blog outline, then you do the blog conclusion. Then when you're done with the blog, you can do the blog, there's another one for blog expander, right? Blog heading expander, you'll put in that heading that was the outline heading and the topic of your blog, and then the section heading, and then boom, it's going to expand that and write more content. So you can literally write a whole blog without thinking, right? Do you know how much effort it takes to think when you're writing blogs for content? You have to pay people to do this. You can get this done on Peppertype, right? Another useful thing that I use on Peppertype a lot is the social media stuff, right? So on social media, you have to write, generally, if you want to have your account active, you have to write daily. Like I have like 3 or 4 different social media accounts, which daily I have to produce content for, all right? That's a lot of thinking. That's a lot of thinking. If you want to post daily on 4 different accounts, and every time it's gonna be fresh content, and you gotta do it 7 times a week, that's a lot of thinking. Normally, I end up paying people on Fiverr to do it, but now you've got this tweet ideas. You've got this other social media. I think you can actually sort of like summarize at the top there so that you can only see certain things, right? So let's say I want engaging social posts, and I want to travel, okay, and find cool holiday destinations to visit in December, right? And then I want to create social media posts for that, right? You go right ahead and you say creating content, and there you go. South Africa is a great holiday destination where you can you can tweet this, right? If you're planning 6 tips, right? So you get like a lot of, but I know this was like a sort of a blog topic, that's why it's sort of coming up with these kind of ideas. But obviously, if you were doing social media posts, you would give it a different direction, right? And you can come here and you can get like tweet ideas, you can download the stuff, you can save it for future. So if you found like really good, cool stuff, you can just save all right, and then you can come here daily and do that. And they've got a lot of stuff. They've got like website copies, they've got SEO meta descriptions, value propositions for your website subheadings, YouTube video topics. I haven't tried this yet, but I'm gonna try this on this video, the YouTube video description today. Personal bio for your social media posts, email subject like cold emails, like content that you would have to think like for at least an hour to come up with ideas of writing it. This website is going to write it for you using artificial intelligence in a matter of split seconds. But what I like about it is not just that it does the work for you, is that it's going to write it in the best format for SEO, for search, for grabbing attention. It's going to make it look professional, no spelling mistakes, no spelling errors. If you're worried about your English, having good English, it's going to write it in good English, in great professional English. You can even choose your tone in some cases, whether you want a serious tone or a whatever tone. It's going to write it in a way that's going to look like it's been written by a professional writer. Okay, so this is my gem for the day and my gift to you for content writing sorted. If you're a web developer, if you're doing websites for clients, if you are doing blogs for clients, if you're doing websites for clients that need blogs and you're writing 2-3 websites a week and you don't have the energy to think about the content, and instead of hiring content writers that charge at least 1,000 Rand per blog for this kind of stuff, you just pay once off on Peppertype and you can come here, unlimited words, and definitely my gift to you. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you again next week with another interesting video on Skolo Online.